Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Daily Motion. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Monday, January 19th, 2015, around 6:57 in the morning in Belleville, Massachusetts. The sun's coming up, but there's some black ice on the roads. It's about 32 degrees, so be careful in Merrimack Valley area. It's Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so it's a national holiday in the United States. Some news to report: the New England Patriots crushed Indianapolis Colts by the score 45-7 to go to the Super Bowl. They will be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks in 2 weeks on NBC, and this is the 8th time the New England Patriots are in the Super Bowl. And also, pitcher Max Scherzer is on the verge of signing a 7-year contract with the Washington Nationals. And that's about it on that. My next subject is my review of the 1995 WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view. In 1995, WWE Royal Rumble was held at the Sundome in Tampa, Florida, and this was highlighted by the Big Daddy Cool Diesel versus Bret the Hitman Hart match for the WWE title, and it was also the Royal Rumble where Shawn Michaels won when he drew number 1, and those were the two major things that happened. And calling the WWE Royal Rumble was Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler. I like the Lawler McMahon team with a lot of Lawler saying jokes about McMahon and his hairpiece and stuff like that. And that's funny. And the dark match before the pay-per-view was Buck Quartermain beating the Brooklyn Brawler in a match to get to warm up the crowd. Buck Quartermain was a jobber in the WWE, but he was a local indie wrestler in Florida. I think they were trying to give him a trial to see if he could sign a full-time contract to become a WWE superstar, but he didn't. He just appeared on TV tapings to do jobs, and he also did jobs on WCW. But that's it on that. Here's the matches that happened on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The first match was for the Intercontinental title. It was Double J, Jeff Jarrett, with the roadie who became Road Dogg Jesse James of the New Age Outlaws, and facing off against the bad guy Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title. This match was very action-paced. During the early part of the match, Double J focused on Razor Ramon's knee, and Razor was hurting, and the Road Dogg clipped Razor Ramon outside, and the referee counted Ramon out, and Double J won by counter, but he did not want to win that way because you cannot win a title anywhere by a count out or disqualification. So they restart the match, and Razor Ramon was coming back and beating up on Double J, but when he tried to do the Razor's Edge, his knee gave out, and then Double J went for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Double J, Jeff Jarrett, wins the Intercontinental title in this match. This was a very great match, and it started to set the stage for Ramon Jarrett feud over the Intercontinental title for several months in 1995. The next match was The Undertaker with Paul Bearer against Erwin R. Shyster with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and this feud was started when IRS was saying that he was repossessing stuff from the dead, taking their flowers on their gravesites because they were paying their taxes, and also the IRS interfered in the Undertaker Yokozuna casket match, putting the sleep on the Undertaker and almost costing him the match at Survivor Series. And this match was, typical Undertaker match with walking on the ropes and beating IRS. The $1 Million Man brought down the Druids, but they had no help. They didn't help the IRS win this match. It was just the Undertaker chokeslammed the IRS and beat him 1, 2, 3. It was basically kind of a squash for the Undertaker. But after the match, King Kong Bundy, who was part of the $1 Million compilation, comes down and he challenges the Undertaker to a fight. And then IRS attacks Paul Bearer and takes the urn and repossesses the urn because the Undertaker doesn't pay taxes on it, and it was real funny. This was to set up for WrestleMania 11 for The Undertaker versus King Kong Bundy, and this wasn't the best match at all. Wasn't the best Undertaker match, but you know, the IRS was a good mid-card heel and stuff like that. So you got to give credit to Mike Rotundo for being in feuds in the mid-card against top WWE superstars back in the day. The third match was for the WWE World Title. It was Big Daddy Cool Diesel, the champion, against Bret the Hitman Hart, the challenger. Diesel won the WWE title at Madison Square Garden on November 26, 1994 from Bob Backlund, who beat Bret the Hitman Hart in a submission match at the WWE Survivor Series for the WWE title. And this was a great match between Diesel and Bret the Hitman Hart. Over 28 minutes. It was action-packed and stuff like that. When Diesel hit the Hitman with the jackknife powerbomb, Shawn Michaels interfered, and I thought that would be a disqualification, but the referee says this match must continue. And when Bret the Hitman Hart got Diesel in the sharpshooter, Owen Hart interfered, and I thought that would be over for the match, but the referee said this match must continue. And then the referee gets knocked out after they restart the match for a second time, and then a lot of the heel wrestlers come. Double J, Bob Backlund, Owen Hart, and Shawn Michaels, and the referee just disqualifies both of them for outside interference. This was probably one of Diesel's greatest matches of all time, Kevin Nash. It was a very great match, and it was, you know, but the Hitman Hart's first match back since he took a sabbatical from the WWE in December 1994. It was probably one of the best matches in Diesel's career, and it was an average Bret Hart match. And it was good they put this in the middle of the card for the Royal Rumble. It's kind of like the old school when they had like house shows at Madison Square Garden. They would always put the WWE title match in the middle, and this was kind of going back a little bit like retro. It was pretty good. The next match was for the vacant WWE Tag Team titles, the finals of the Tag Team title tournament, which was vacated by Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool Diesel when Diesel turned face on Shawn Michaels at the Survivor Series 1994, and they had a tournament to decide the new Tag Team titles champions. It was the 1-2-3 Kid and Bob Sparkplug Holly against Tatanka and Bam Bam Bigelow of the $1 Million Corporation in the finals. This was a very great match. The backstory of this, originally it was going to be the Smoking Guns winning this tournament, but like Billy Gunn suffered an injury and Bart Gunn had to drop out, but the Smoking Guns were promised the next night on Raw to get a title shot. Whoever the champions would win. And this was a very great match for both teams. You know, Bam Bam Bigelow worked his butt off in this match, and Tatanka was pretty good. 1-2-3 Kid and Bob Sparkplug Holly used a lot of fast moves and power moves. The ending of the match happened when Tatanka accidentally hit Bam Bam Bigelow twice, and this was causing tension within the $1 Million Corporation. And the 1-2-3 Kid rolls up Bam Bam for the 1-2-3, and the 1-2-3 Kid and Bob Spark Holly are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. They would only hold it for one day because they lost it to the Smoking Guns the next night on Raw. But after the match, Bam Bam Bigelow's getting like laughed at and other stuff. Fans were like booing him, and then there was one fan who was laughing the most. It was Lawrence Taylor, the recently retired Giants linebacker. He was laughing, and then Bam Bam Bigelow was getting mad at him. Lawrence Taylor wanted to be his friend, wanted to shake hands, but Bam Bam pushed LT, and LT got mad, and the crowd was booing and stuff like that. This was to set up a match for Bam Bam Bigelow against Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania 11. It was a very good angle. Bam Bam was suspended by the WWE for 30 days for this incident, but that was just a storyline, just to promote the match. But that will be a future video blog. I'll tell you about that in a future video blog. And then the main event was the 1995 WWE Royal Rumble matchup. 30 men. And this year's Royal Rumble match in 1995 was wrestlers would come in every 60 seconds, which I really didn't like. 60 seconds for each wrestler to enter was too fast. It made the Royal Rumble faster, which is not supposed to be. It's supposed to be like 90 seconds, in my opinion, because that's where you could get a new wrestler coming in, let the wrestler have their moment in the sun, because 60 seconds felt too rushed, and 2 minutes, in my opinion, feels like too long. And the first 2 wrestlers in were Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. They were in the Royal Rumble match for 38 minutes. And this Royal Rumble match was probably great because of Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog being in it completely all the time, all 38 minutes, which was pretty good. It was kind of endurance for them just to tell a story about if they were going to be eliminated and stuff like that. And all the other 28 other wrestlers were just in there just as supporting. And the only other wrestler who was in there the longest was Lex Luger. He was in there about like close to 20 minutes. But this Royal Rumble was just it was just a 2-man show of the British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. The ending of this Royal Rumble match is when the British Bulldog threw Shawn Michaels off over the top rope, and they were playing the British Bulldog music. They thought he won the WWE Royal Rumble, but Shawn Michaels did not have both feet touch the floor, ringside floor, because in the rules in the WWE in a Royal Rumble, the wrestlers have to touch both feet touching their floor to be eliminated. Somehow Shawn Michaels gets the power for his foot to come back in the ring, and he eliminates the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, and then Shawn Michaels wins the match, and he gets the shot at the WWE Champion at WrestleMania 11. Plus, he gets to be escorted by the ring by actress Pamela Anderson. This Royal Rumble match was decent just for Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. All 28 other wrestlers I knew had probably no shot of winning this Royal Rumble. It was just going to be either the British Bulldog or Shawn Michaels, in my opinion. And the other thing that happened in this Royal Rumble was when Bret the Hitman Hart attacked Owen Hart and Bob Backlund, and both Backlund and Owen Hart were eliminated pretty quickly, which was kind of, disappointing, because they were 2 big heroes in the WWE at the time, which they could have had Dark Horse to win the Royal Rumble, but they just had no. Those 28 other wrestlers had no shot. This Royal Rumble was a decent one. I think it was better than 94's, because you had the two-person show of Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog, who were 2 great workers in the WWE at that time. And the Bret Hitman Hart Diesel World Title match was outstanding, and the Intercontinental title between Razor Ramon and Jeff Jarrett was amazing as well. And the Tag Team title tournament finals between the 1-2 Kid and Bob Harley against Tatanka and Bam Bam Bigelow was pretty decent, but that's known for what happened after the match with Bam Bam shoveling Lawrence Taylor, and the Undertaker versus IRS match was, it was, not the greatest, but, you had to fill out the card somehow. And that's about it on Royal Rumble 1995. Tomorrow I'll review Royal Rumble 1996, and then Wednesday Royal Rumble 1997, and then Thursday Royal Rumble 1998, Friday Royal Rumble 1999, and Saturday Royal Rumble 2000. And coming soon, maybe in like March, I'll be reviewing many WrestleManias. Be back later on. Facebook friends, YouTube followers, Daily Motion followers, and Twitter followers with my 2014-2015 NHL mid-year review report, and also the third and final video blog of the night will be about Shaq. See you later, Facebook friends, YouTube followers, Daily Motion followers, and Twitter followers. Bye now.